Okay, now let's see that how we can use that KB variable that we just created in order to read something from the keyboard. So rather than just defining some values directly here. Okay, so I'm going to use this KB. Let's put it this line here. First, I'm going to create a variable to store the value that I'm going to read from the keyboard. Why not? Why not store the value that I'm going to read into a variable? And let's say I'm going to read a number. So let's define a variable of number. In this case, an integer. Do you remember that? So integer int. Let's give it a name. For example, n. And then on the right side, that's where I'm going to assign the value to n. So that equal sign is used in order to say what's going to be the value of n. That's what we did for number 1 and also the decimal number and the full number. So we declare the variable on the left side and then on the right side. After the equal sign, we said what's going to be the value for that variable. Let's go back to defining a variable n here and reading its value from the keyboard rather than just signing a hard-coded number. So that's maybe a new term that you just heard, hard-coded. That means a number that we just put it here without receiving it from somewhere else. The numbers are going to stay here forever. So 100, 3.14, and 2.71. Later, we're going to use that how we can avoid using of a lot of hard-coded values. But that's a bad practice to have a lot of hard-coded values in your code. But we're going to talk about our best practices or programming best practices later. For now, let's just learn the basic stuff of Java programming. Okay, going back, KB dot, and then here I'm going to use a method called nextInteger. For now, we are just talking about a lot about mystery boxes. Okay, we are surrounded by a lot of mystery boxes, and we don't know to open which one first, and we don't know what is inside these mystery boxes. But we're going to open them one by one, and I'm going to explain all of them eventually. But for now, let's assume that in order to read a number from the keyboard, you are going to use something called nextInt. And as you see here, I in the integer is written in the capital letter. We're going to talk about the naming standard in Java later. So integer n equal to kb.nextInteger, and that means I'm going to read an integer from the input or the keyboard, and I'm going to assign its value to the variable n. So on the left side, I have the variable declaration. On the right side, I have the value that will be assigned to that variable. But, it's not very professional to ask someone to do something without telling them what to do. So let's be kind and ask them to what they are supposed to do. So I'm going to write system.out println enter a number. Here we go. I'm just saying them to enter a number. Enter a number that is prompting the user or allowing them to know what they're supposed to do. And after then, at line 18, I'm allowing them to enter the number. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to just run my program one more time, and I think it automatically will save the program for me. As you see here, it's enter a number. That's what it's printed here. And immediately after line 17, I have kb.nextInteger. So here it waits for me to enter a number. So I'm going to just write 10. And then, or maybe just try another number, 101. And now the program continues where it is the next println that is welcome to programming a game. So all other information are printed and the program ended. Okay, how can I now print the number that I just read from the keyboard? Easily, I can just add this system.out println, and now I can just write in the number that I just read. So running the program one more time, asking a number, for example 5, and entering, and now the number 5 I just read from the keyboard will be just printed. So that's just a very basic thing about Java. So we just got started. First, we created a program called Echo Game. Then we explain what are some of the keywords that you see here. Not all of them, but some of them. Then we said how we can create some variables in Java, how to print some information in Java, some numbers, some variables, or maybe some messages, or some strings, or sequence of characters. Then we learn about how to use the KB variable, that is a variable of the type scanner, in order to read some numbers from the keyboard. So let's clean up and just maybe rewrite our Echo Game one more time. And this time, less explanation, but more work. And we're gonna see that how our Echo Game works.